Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. This is episode 22. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up. All right, give you the rundown again. Mondays, 2 o'clock, the X Squad affiliates out of Atlanta. Tuesdays, 2 o'clock, GFT Radio Network out of Detroit. Thursdays, 12:30, WTNUphilly.com. Fridays, 10 a.m., the I Say Radio Podcast Network. South Carolina, North Carolina. Episode 22, special guest in the building. Introduce yourself to the audience.
Hey man, I'm Darnell from Talkin Greasy. I've been doing it since 2015, so I'm just glad to be here.
My guy, Darnell. Shouts out to Darnell, what was that now? That was 2 years ago now, when y'all was doing the meet and greet out of Dallas. Shout out to April Danielle. Too, because April was the one who hooked the whole situation up. Though y'all got me to come down, I jumped on the Talking Greasy with y'all. I jumped on the meet and greet with y'all. Made a lot of good connections down there, and as you can see, I still talk to most of these niggas that I met down there. Like to connect the room and like to maneuver all around and make sure we can connect these dots. So when you got shit to do, you can get shit done.
Definitely.
So yeah, let me say that though from the rip. I appreciate y'all for bringing me down. So now let's go. Let's get this work done. Darnell, episode 22. This is our topic. My relationship with my dad taught me what?
It taught me that people ain't perfect and you need to adjust accordingly. Because the older I get, the less I try to put people in a box, and the more accepting of people I am. But I mean, I still don't accept bullshit because I got to draw the line somewhere. But I'm at least less judgmental, and I'm more aware of what's going on with folks.
My relationship with my dad, shit. This is like a loaded question for me because it taught me so much. One of the main things that I will say though is it taught me don't waste the time. My dad passed in 2009, so for like 2 years, me and him would be riding back and forth going to work, and you be in the car for God knows how many hours that is in a 2 year span. Where all of the questions and shit that I want to ask him now that I just wasn't even thinking about then because it was just like you just thinking time is always on your side. It's always what you think when you're younger. So he was 22. I mean, I was 22 when he passed. So from 20 to 22, I'm all in a whole nother world, not even thinking about that my dad could go and I'll never get to ask him about this, that, or whatever. So that's more so of a thing that it made me appreciate with my mom because my dad was always there. Like I lived with my mom, same dad, same household my whole life. But
Yeah, me too.
just, you look at shit different when you hit your 30s and once you start having kids and all of that. And it's like, well, damn, I wish I could have got his perspective on this, that, or whatever. And it's just like, it just taught me though, like, don't waste that time with your mom that you think, oh yeah, she ain't gonna never go nowhere. Nah, shit happens.
That's a fact. And the even more fucked up part is you could legitimately. It's not that you don't appreciate them. You just be living life, and then the next thing you know, life hit everybody.
It ain't like you said that you don't appreciate them. Like I said, in that stage, my dad passed, I was 22. At 22, you're in the let's hit the bar and let's hit these bitches. Like that's just where your mind is at. Your mind
Yeah,
ain't on your mind ain't on big picture thinking. Somebody please
yeah,
answer the house phone.
yeah, and that's what be making all the wins much sweeter because you appreciate them more when they come. Like you know, the little shit like time to spend time with your family, that extra dollar in your pocket, that extra peace of mind you got. I mean, people really don't. You can't put a dollar sign on there sometimes.
Nah, that was the Maya joint. The best things in life are free. The best thing in life is peace of mind and comfortability. Like as long as you comfortable and you got a decent you got like a what do you call it? A safe place.
Yeah.
then that's the best thing that you can have. All right, what kind of relationship did you and your dad have though?
Um.
Or do y'all have? My bad. I said did. That was my situation. My bad.
Well. I mean, we don't have one now, but in the past, I mean, I used to look out for him, and he used to look out for me. But his was more on the I gotta look like the good dad type, and you know I could always see through that, and I think that built like a little bit of resentment because he was cool enough to bullshit everybody, but he couldn't bullshit me, even when I was like 5 and all that. I mean, he did everything the typical dude's supposed to do, but he got his ways, and I'ma leave it at that. But I mean, I just I mean, I can't build a relationship with somebody who's not mentally capable of it. You know what I mean? Because if it,
Yeah, I can't.
if
I can't force this on you. You gotta want it.
yeah, and I can't. It it's some shit you just not equipped for. If you're not good at expressing your feelings, hearing new ideas and shit, then I mean we just gonna be in one place, and that's it.
Mm. You see, my relationship with my dad was great. Uh,
Hmm?
my dad wasn't really like the we ain't gonna sit here and have these hour-long deep conversations, but if you need to talk or you need to, get something off your chest, that's cool. But yeah, my dad wasn't really like the super emotional type, which is how I got to be like not this. My mom or my dad ain't really the super emotional type. That's why I am the way that I am. And people be thinking like you just bullshit. And it's just like, I mean, that ain't the way that I was brought up. But my dad was like the dad for the whole block. Like that's just how he carried it. But I mean, yeah, like you was saying, you can't really, force that on a can't really force that on nobody. You gotta kind of want that. You gotta kind of want to cultivate that relationship. Um,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't think
Cause
you don't have no kids, do you?
nah, nah.
So did you think your relationship with your dad? Do you think that led you to not wanting to have no kids, or did it just
Nah,
like
nah.
go
I'm
ahead?
I'm I'm gonna get married and have some kids because that's the only way a woman is getting kids out of me. Because I mean, no disrespect to anybody else or how they chose to do it, but having a kid nowadays and you ain't got no solid relationship, that's a detriment to everybody in that situation. So my thing is, I wanna have my own family, so maybe I could do stuff different this time because I'm a I'm way more self aware than uh than my father was. But then again, I always seek out to be better and do better. And and luckily he was so bad at certain stuff. It made me not want to be that bad of a person. So
But
it,
that's
it
why I said yeah. So the way y'all relationship, so yeah, it did influence some of your decision making as far as having kids and all of that.
yeah,
Cause I tell you this, as somebody who's married and has kids, if
yeah.
don't wait for the perfect situation, ain't gonna never occur. Once she has that baby, the girl that you met and that you loved and that you buried is gone. She is no longer to return. This is a whole new person here. You call her new Keisha, okay? She ain't the same girl. And guess what? If you have another baby, she becomes a totally different person now. Once them
Well,
babies come out, once they hit pregnancy, they ain't the
yeah.
girl that you met.
I mean, well, of course, because women will always put more more stock into the relationship with their kid versus the father because in the back of her mind she know if everything fails, at least the kids will love her. Because women know what they be putting you through, good or bad. Even if it's a good situation and they see how you how you actually feel when you're around them, they pick up on that. So they at least want to lead the family as a good mother. They may not care about leaving the situation as a good wife, or if you and the husband leave on good terms, but being a mother, they gotta keep that title. They got to.
I mean, this is what I tell you on that is it kind of go both ways. Theirs just happens a little faster. Maybe it's because that baby just grew inside of them and they got ripped out of their body, and now can't they fuck their whole situation up because if the situation is your wife or your child, most people is choosing a child. Like if somebody starts shooting, you gonna grab the baby and run. Like you're not gonna grab your wife and run. Same situation with the wife. She gonna grab the baby and run. She's not gonna grab her husband and run. So
That's
it's
a fact.
like y'all both tend to put more love and attention into the child. The problem becomes where we can't forget about each other. We can't be so much mommy daddy that we're no longer husband and wife, or we're no
Yeah,
longer,
yeah,
whoever the two individuals is that y'all are.
and the weird thing is when I saw uh my father trying to be Mr. Husband, I at first it low key almost didn't make me want to get married because this motherfucker was always tired, always stressed out, always 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 took the long way home. I remember you think I'm lying, but my father used to work in literally three stoplights away at a factory, a metal factory, right? Some days it would take this nigga 30 minutes to an hour to get home.
Three
I'm like,
stoplights here and three stoplights down there. Is a little different of a situation.
yeah,
Like, I ain't gonna make no excuses for him because I don't know what the streets look like. But I know
exactly,
here in Philly, three stoplights, shit, you can see three stoplights from the corner.
exactly,
Like,
exactly. And I was like, damn, is this what marriage is? You work your ass off, you you bust your ass, and you barely still got money, and on top of that, you gotta you basically the villain of the house, even though you helping everybody live a comfortable lifestyle in the house. That's crazy.
yes, that is exactly what it is. That's not even just marriage. That's adulthood. That's being a man. That's exactly what it looks like. Unless you got the bag, unless you got another hustle on the side that can supplement, like that brings in some extra money to take care of your situation. That's exactly what it is. You're tired. You have to be the one that's tired because you got to be the one that's carrying the burden.
Yeah, yeah,
It
I feel
becomes
you,
on
but
you. Like you got to put that on your back. You can't put that on your woman's back.
I mean, I totally agree with you. But then again, uh, not a bunch of dudes, but a lot of dudes are starting to not even sign up for marriage, which kind of makes sense because it's more. It's like saying, "Hey, do I want two full time jobs and I don't get paid at one of the full time jobs?" The
Nah,
only
I
the only the
mean,
only benefit is we all living essentially.
I mean, this is like, again, you could be in a long term relationship. That's what you signed up for. You can't be in a long term relationship with somebody if you can't take care of them. Like, what you in a
That's
relationship for? Like, that's marriage or not married. Like, you could have been with somebody for 15 years, and if you've been with this girl for 15 years, guess what? You should be taking care of her. Like, you
agreed,
should be,
agreed.
you should be the one worrying about how we paying the light bill and the mortgage and this, that, and whatever. Like, you don't get paid at this other gig because it's parenting. This is all volunteer work. You get paid on the back end, but if you did a good job, these kids gonna want to take care of you, and you can't do shit for yourself. When you stuck in the house and can't get around no more, does these kids coming to check in on you? If they coming to take care of you, if you did a good job, then yeah. If you was
Yeah,
bullshitting it off of self, then hell no, they not coming to check in on you. It's 100 degrees. They ain't making sure you got no water or nothing. They ain't making sure you ate because you was
yeah,
taking 2 hours to get home from three stoplights.
man, exactly. And that shit come full circle, man. Because when I tell you that shit go from them looking out for you to
You looking
you
out for them.
yeah, that shit crazy.
Yeah, that's how that's how this shit's supposed to work. Like I say, dudes these
Supposed
days now supposed to and does is two totally different things. These niggas
that's
these
a
days
fact.
now is like looking at their girl like, well, what we gonna do?
Man, man, I pray to God I never become that type of dude. I told all my homeboys this, and they think I'm some old trying to be a captain save them. But I be like, nah, bro. Listen, the dopest thing you can tell your girl is I got it. I
Copy.
mean, if you can't if you now you can't say that in every situation now, because sometimes the situation is bigger than you. But if you can help with a lot of shit or some major shit, I'm telling you, it's like night and day. Like even with my homegirls, they was like, man, I'm in X, Y, and Z situation. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I said, listen, we gonna come together like butt cheeks, and we're gonna make shit happen. So this the
We're gonna
plan. This
come
what I need
together
you.
like butt cheeks. Nigga.
This is this is what you gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do, and we'll be done with X, Y, and Z at a certain amount of time, and then we do what we supposed to. We handle shit, and she just looking at me. And one of my homegirls just said it out her mouth. She said, "Cause this homegirl was gay, like gay, and she's like, is this what it's like having a nigga around?" I like, yes. What do you think? What do you think happens when two people want to get shit done? Shit get done. I mean, I mean, you can remix the formula how much you want to, but I mean, some shit just works.
I mean, this is again, it's all about that person though. It's all about that mentality of that person. Because you could have a nigga who grew up in a situation where, shouts out to the Bridging the Gap podcast. I just did this one with them a couple of weeks ago where we kind of touched on this same type topic, episode 20. You find that on all
Yeah,
streaming platforms, How to Hustle Podcast behind. Um, it's one of those things where it's like it's all in your mindset of how you was brought up. The thing that people always go to, which is what I said on that episode, is if I'm paying all the bills, so she ain't paying nothing, she just fucking up all the money. Like, why the fuck would your wife or your girl, why would any adult with responsibilities, let's just say, forget even
yeah.
marriage or anything, any adult with responsibilities is not going to just fuck up all their money. Like, they're
I
not going
mean,
to just be flat ass broke and knowing that they got babies to take care of.
hey man, listen. I'm gonna be quiet on that one because
What you being quiet for? Your damn it, the joint is talking greasy, Darnell. Come on now, don't do that to me.
I fucked up the money myself, and until
But you
this
don't
year,
have. You just said I ain't got no kids.
I mean, true, but that's still no excuse. That's still no excuse. If you have to work for your money, you are broke. So
Listen,
if you don't if you don't if you don't put something in place to where you can actually relax, you gonna be working forever. And if you don't have no kids, or if you do have some kids, you need to put some put a system up to where you can call it a wrap one day.
this is the thing. When you have kids, it gives you a reason to start looking toward the future. It gives you a reason to start saying, I got to get my shit together because you know now somebody is dependent upon me to do everything for them. This person cannot go on without me doing for them. So that makes you start to save some money and look at shit differently and say, I don't need to get these extra bottles while I'm at the club. I don't need to be at the club every night. They don't need to know my name at the door because I got shit to do now. When you don't have responsibilities, if you ain't never had no kids, a girl, or nothing, nobody looking to you to help them out, then yeah, you can. Nigga, I blew an income tax check in a weekend.
That's a
Like
fact.
me and my cousin, we went to a couple parties, you know what I'm saying, and we had the time of our life. But once it came to, oh, damn, I gotta go to work Monday. Where the hell is the money at? I got about $18 in my pocket. I
Yeah, that goes.
mean,
Yeah, that's why I told you I was gonna be quiet. But lately, I've been saving up. I've been thinking about the future. I like, okay, this money need to do this for me. This need to do that for me. Okay, what did my parents do right? What did they do wrong? And how can I, be in a better place sooner
Hmm.
than later?
Yeah, no question. I mean, the shit. Unless you want to be, I'm gonna work here for 40 years, retire, and live off my pension. That better be the plan.
I wouldn't even trust that cause fuck around. If the business starts slipping or whatever, they'll be like fuck them pensions real quick just to stay open.
Mm. All right, let's switch it up now. Let's jump into
Okay,
a little bit of you.
yeah,
Talking Greasy. What's going on with Talking Greasy, Darnell?
not a damn thing. it,
That's
it's
what I
been
said. It's
it,
been a
it's
while
been
now. What's going on?
it's been off because one, uh, I've been healing mentally, emotionally, lately. And honestly, if I'm just gonna put myself out there, I don't have no more creative juice. I'm getting it back now, but for the most part, I just don't have it because I used to be able to do two, three a week and push them out. And luckily, for some reason, I don't know what I was doing, but luckily, a decent amount of people mess with me or wanted to be around me or work with me. So I always had a decent amount of people willing
Show up
to
and put in some of the help with you.
yeah, exactly. But getting to that point, I was like, I'm cool with doing Talking Greasy again, but one, it wouldn't be the same show. Two, uh, I don't feel, if I'm just being honest about me, I don't feel as capable to do that. And third off, I don't know. I feel like I wanna go do something else, but I haven't figured that out yet. Because what you may not have known is once the podcast was closed, I opened up a Facebook group, and the Talking Greasy Facebook group. Now that was wild.
I
That
ain't been on Facebook. Locked me out like 2 3 years ago. My Facebook is
okay,
still up, but I ain't been on it in years. I'm
but
still
but
salty though, because my daughter pictures is all over it.
dang, but yeah, that so once the podcast ended for a whole year, I was doing the same thing on Talking Greasy in that group, and a lot of people was networking. A lot of people was dating from that group. A lot of people was arguing. A whole lot of people said, "Dang man, you changed my perspective." Dang man, I never told nobody that, and it did what it was supposed to do. But then, as soon as this year started, I told everybody in the group, like in January, I said, "Hey, the group is gonna be closed. Thanks for being part of the experience." And man, I got cussed out. I got what the fuck you doing? I'm like, "Hey, now keep this shit rolling." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!"
See, this is the thing. You
The
never
train has
know
stopped.
though. You never know what you never know what that is. That content that you putting out there, how that's hitting somebody else, how that's helping somebody else. Even you saying that you still had that Facebook group going, that didn't still get your creative juices going. Like, well, I could turn this into an episode, and I could turn that into an episode.
Actually, yes. The first 1 or 2 months of me doing it, but then after a while, I was like, I wasn't making decent money, and I still had to get studio time, and I didn't have the type of money to buy all the equipment outright. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so yeah. But the strange thing is, lately, people keep asking me about it for some reason. Literally for the past 2 or 3 weeks, people just keep asking me about it for some reason. I don't
That's
know
cause
why.
y'all. That's cause y'all had it rolling for a while there. Like, it's not for some reason. Like, for a person like me, my bad. Again, I fuck this up damn near every week now. Let the audience know where you calling in from. Where you coming in from.
Hey man, I'm from Dallas, Texas.
My bad. I didn't supposed to do that at the top of the episode. For
You
somebody
straight?
like me, for somebody like me to come from Philly, to come down there, like I told y'all all this when I was there, like y'all don't understand how strong of a situation that was for me to see. Because if you did a meet and greet, a meetup here, there's no way in the hell that many people was going to show up, all looking to just support each other's situations, all here for genuine reasons to network and to ask questions and to try to build their own situation. It was about 20 to 30 different podcasts there, and I shit blew my mind, which is why I ran around the whole room going, I got to get all these motherfuckers. That would
Yeah.
never happen here. Like, so you
Well,
saying people was hitting you, telling you don't close that group, and where the hell is the podcast? And you've been off for a year. That's because you had the ball rolling. Like, I
well,
understand you saying you had to get your personal situations tied down and all of that. Take
yeah,
care of you before you can do all of that. But all I'm telling you is don't lose sight of the fact of look around, just go back and look at them videos from that day. I know y'all did other ones other than just that day, but you go back and look at some of
yeah,
that stuff, and that shit there should inspire you enough to say, "Damn, like I was doing this. At least I was doing this shit the right way." If this many people fuck with me,
well, well, that, well, I can't speak. I can't speak for other podcasters or try to hype myself up. You know, at one time I was going through that imposter syndrome, then
yeah, I remember y'all
depression.
talked about that back then.
Yeah, and then to now I'm healed, but I'm not I don't have the time to do it. And then I don't know, I just been attracting a different type of energy. I don't know what it is about me, but people, I'm not a people person, but people can always gravitate towards me and always feel good in the space next to me, which I don't know what type of energy I'm putting out, but I at least know the results are good majority of the time.
All right. So that's man. We're gonna wrap up episode 22 of the How to Hustle podcast right there. Darnell, get your ass back out there once you get the time. Once you can map it out and get it all situated, you gotta get back out there and at least give them a special or something. You know, throw them alive on Instagram. You know, talk to them
Man,
that way. Give them a couple of minutes that way.
and well, I'll definitely think about it because, like I said, I mean, things are changing out here. I got more energy, more creative juice. So who knows?
All right, so yeah, shouts out to my guy Darnell, the Talking Greasy podcast, episode 22 of the How to Hustle podcast. Again, Mondays, 12. Mondays is 2 o'clock. Mondays, slow down, Hank. Is X Squad affiliates 2 o'clock. Tuesdays, GFT Radio Network 2 o'clock. Thursdays, WTNUphilly.com 12:30. Fridays, I Say Radio Network podcast network. That is 10 a.m. Fridays on I Say. Shouts out to Darnell. Appreciate you coming on. Appreciate
Thank
everybody for hitting the button. We are out.